Well, I'm off somewhere. I'm heading off on a secret trip. I'll tell you all about it soon. So you're probably wondering what's going on. Well, you see, I think the little bit I showed you earlier with the bike rack being put on the back of the car might help. I'm on my way to pick up a new bike, and based on previous videos that I've done, you're probably assuming that I'm going to pick up the Giant Trance. But no. So there has been a bit of a development. So first up, originally the Trance was going to be arriving at around now. And I've since found out that earliest might be late March, if I'm lucky. More likely, probably April. And it could even run in to a later date. There's no certainty. Anyway, that was fine. I was prepared to wait for it. But then I was out travelling and there was a big bike shop on the horizon. And I thought, I might drop in and have a look. See what different bikes they have and what little knickknacks. So I walk in the door, and the first thing that hits me is this glorious looking e-bike, and I had to take a second look at it because or a second take. It didn't process. I couldn't process what I was seeing. The brand name I'm aware of, but again, like the Giant, it's a brand name that has tended to I tended to gloss over and not look into. But while I was there physically looking at this bike, the more I looked at it, the more I thought, bloody hell, it's starting to tick all the boxes of the Trance, bar one, or actually two, but I'll come back to that. So the first question I asked is, I said, so what's the story with this bike? Is it available or is it just for show? It's available. I go, oh. So the brain starts to tick over, and I'm looking further into it, and mentally I start ticking off all the boxes. It's an all-round e-mountain bike. It's not an enduro bike, but it's a good trail bike, which is exactly what the Trance is. Tick. It's got the latest Bosch motor. Tick. I mean, the Bosch motor is up there as amongst one of the best. It's got the high-capacity battery. Tick. It's got the almost top-end Shimano XT drivetrain gear, assembly. Tick. Good brakes. Tick. Right. This is where it differs. It's an alloy frame, not carbon fibre. Now, let's be clear about this. I didn't go looking at the Trance because of the carbon fibre. The only reason I was getting carbon fibre because it was the only model available. I would have been quite happily, I would have happily taken the alloy. So that is not an issue. So again, tick. So the one area where it differs, and this is where I shake my head in respect to fate, which I'm not a big believer in. The one thing that really blew my mind about the Trance was the live valve system on the suspension system. Now, a lot of people have said, do you really need that on an e-bike? I'm not going to get into that. The reality is I like the concept and I like the idea of having an adjustable suspension system without having to stop the bike and do a manual adjustment. So this bike has a similar technology. The one difference is that it's not automatic. It's a manual system. What it means is that I don't have to stop the bike to adjust my suspension settings. It's got a little lever, and just like changing gears, I can change the position of the suspension. And that's what I was after. So, okay, it's not fully automatic. Okay, that's fine. It's less complex, less can go wrong. So I have decided that I'm going to go with this bike. And I'm not going to tell you what make it is until I get there. I'll leave you guessing for a little while. So next stop, bike shop. See you then. Well, I'm at the location. You'll find out soon. This is it, the Scott Genius. I know I have surprised you a bit, but as I said on the way up, I have done a lot of research on this. This is the bike for me. Well, what do you think of that? The Scott Genius 920. Just put my phone on, plug it in, and we'll head off. Whoop. I think we can do without the music. Something just happened which was quite interesting. So we'd finished the test ride, and I just literally paid for the bike, and this guy who was out in the car park was looking dirty at me. I'm thinking, what's wrong with him? And then Jamie, the sales guy, said to me, he says, "You're not going to believe it." He said, he came in and said, "I've come in to buy that bike." And Jamie had to tell him that it's just been sold. Oh, how's that for fate for you? So, as I explained earlier, I got the Scott because it ticked most of the boxes. So now I'm going to head home and charge it up, and then the next thing will be me trying this out on some trails down at Red Hill. So I'll see you back then.